Hey everybody, Kelly with Kelly Cameron Coaching. Just checking in to see how you're doing. Happy New Year's Eve. Today is the last day of 2020. And I know there's some really strong feelings about how 2020 went. So a lot of people I keep hearing, good riddance. It's been certainly a peculiar and challenging year for so many people. And my heart goes out to so many people that had a greatly challenging year. Families getting sick, losing family members. Um, yeah, my heart definitely goes out to you because it's been rough in so many ways. And today's been a really interesting day of reflection for me. I think New Year's, just being a big transition from one year to the next, is a great opportunity for reflection and just kind of pondering and, just taking a pause and taking stock of how the year was. And it's just, it's kind of makes sense to do it at the beginning of the end of a year and the beginning of a new year. It can be done at any time, but New Year especially is a time of reflection for me. And so I actually went back and reread my journals and thought about just the year that I've had, the year of change and growth and certainly challenge. What worked? What didn't work? What did I learn? How did I grow? What were lessons learned? What were behavior patterns that I recognized and broke and changed? What big changes did I make in my life intentionally? Ending of connections, beginnings of new connections, deeper connections with my kids, helping to support them on their journeys. It was a lot, definitely a lot. Going over wins and celebrations, that was a big thing. What were my wins this year? What were my celebrations? It's really important that even in a year of challenge and chaos, what were the wins? What were the gifts of the year that I can celebrate? And I encourage you to do that. Don't just write off the whole year as the worst year ever. There have been some bright and shiny spots. Not always necessarily fun in the beginning, but there's been a lot of spotlights on interesting things in society and the world that need to be looked at. I think being in this whole pandemic for the whole world, it was interesting to me, impressed upon me that we are all connected. We are all humans on this earth and we're here together, and just brought a sense of just community to me, that we're all in this together. We're all interconnected, even if we're on different continents, different countries, different cities, whatever the case may be. We're not all that different. We're all human. We're all here together. So those were just some thoughts. What else? Challenges. When there's challenges or things that have happened, I don't consider mistakes. You can call them mistakes if you want, but I choose to think of mistakes as learning opportunities, challenges and learning opportunities, because you can always learn something from every situation. So what were the challenges and the learning opportunities? What did I learn? How did I grow? What were the new patterns of behavior that emerged from that growth? And there was a lot of growth, for sure. I had 2 words for 2020, word of the year, and the first was rebirth. And I can tell you that I am pretty much a completely different person today than I was a year ago. A lot of growth this year, and I am grateful for it. And then perseverance. So sticking with that growth and sticking through all of the craziness of this year. So after reflecting on 2020, what about 2021? What do I want more of in the new year? What no longer serves me and I don't want to take with me into 2021? What patterns of behavior or, just, there could be so many things that don't serve me anymore. What about you? And then what new things do I want to create in 2021? Because there might be some new things in my business, some new things in my family, just some new ways of looking at life in my future. And then after all of that, the reflection and the looking forward, having absolute, positively massive gratitude, swimming and marinating in all the gratitude of everything that's happened. The good, the bad, the ugly, the challenges, the peculiarness, the oddities of the year. I mean, murder hornets, there was a lot of weird stuff for sure. But really marinating in the feeling of gratitude, like really taking it into my heart, into my body, really feeling it, not just making like a quick laundry list of, this, and it's not ticking it off. It's like really feeling it and taking it in. Something that dawned on me recently is that I don't always remember all the details of situations, especially, like years ago. And I used to think that was like a memory issue. Like, I don't have a very good memory. But I have a little perspective shift on that. So when family members or friends bring up situations from years gone by, like, oh, you remember that situation and how that person was so mean to you, or it ended up being like a really negative situation. And honestly, I don't remember it because I realize that I don't hold on to the negative. I really don't. I go through a situation. If it was challenging, I grow from it, I learn from it, and, what are the lessons that I can take away? And then I move on. I remember more of the positives, and it's more of how it made me feel, the positive things that made me feel good. And I tend to hold on to those more. The challenging things, it's the growth opportunity, and then I move on. So I'm actually really pleased and happy that I don't hold on to those negative situations, because I don't want to clutter my energy or my body or my mind or my emotions with all those things that I don't need to hold on to. Those don't serve me anymore. And I can dump them in the last year or the yesterday or this morning and move forward. So that was something that I thought was kind of interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all my notes. Just kind of pondering the year. It's been a crazy year. But what is the good that you were able to take away? Figuring out what's important was a big one this year for a lot of us. So a lot of us had to scale back, and, we're not going wandering around town or wandering around the globe. It's sticking close to home, being with people that are important to you, and figuring out who's important to you and what kind of connections you want to foster and create and deepen, and which connections you don't want anymore. Sever those connections. What doesn't serve you any longer? So I think that that's been a really great opportunity this year, is figuring out what's important to you personally, and then just like to your family, your business, whatever your circles are, what's important, and scaling back. I think that's been really important to kind of shed the things that maybe were just superficial and we just didn't need them anymore. Rambling thoughts. Anyway, I want to wish you all a very happy new year, and thoughts on just being really intentional and conscious about what you want to take with you into the new year, into tomorrow, and what kind of new year do you want? What kind of year do you want? What do you want to create? So I wish all the best for you. Happy New Year. I love you guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Take care. Bye.